Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good day to everyone. Okay, as at our last class, last Saturday, we did not complete our chapter 4. So today I'm making this video to enable you all to play or to see the video on the calculation parts on the chapter 4. Okay, so the first, we continue. So the first one, I would like to show you on the speculating with CPO features. Okay, how to calculate how to calculate the initial margin per contract. Okay, initial margin is 10% from contract value. Current price is 2,000. Okay, so that is the situation. They provide you initial margin on the percentage. Some of the question they provide you the amount, but this situation they provide you the rates. Okay, how to calculate initial margin 10% from the contract value. Okay, so let first you need to know what is initial margin. Okay, initial margin, if we go on the chapter 3, so this is chapter 3. Okay, so initial margin is amount deposited when the contract is originally purchased or sold. Okay, either you are purchaser or you are seller, so you need to deposit some money, okay, in your account before you can proceed with the trading. Okay, so the initial margin is the amount deposit to each of the particular account. Okay, on this situation, first step you need to calculate the contract value. Okay, so you need to know what is the contract value from the current price and then from the size of the contract. Okay, size of the contract for commodities, you need to know that they are fixed or they have their requirement, which is 25 tons per contract. 25 tons is already set up by our government and also Bursa Malaysia. So that's the fixed amount of uh, tons, okay, for each of the contract. Okay, so far it's still not changing from uh, early 2000 until now. Okay, so 25 tons per contract. So the current price, they provide you 2,000 ringgit times the 25 tons, 25 tons, so equivalent to 50,000 ringgit Malaysia. So this is the contract value for this future contract of commodity palm oil, okay, crude palm oil. And then the second step, calculate the initial margin per contract. After getting this contract value, so you times the initial margin percentage, which is 10%. So 10% times 50,000 equivalent to 5,000 ringgit Malaysia. So this is the how to calculate the initial margin. Alright, so next slide. Okay, how to calculate maintenance margin per contract. Okay, how to calculate maintenance margin per contract. So let's see what is the maintenance margin. Maintenance margin is the minimum amount to be maintained by an investor, okay, throughout the life of his contract. Okay, for example, during that transaction or their trading, so they incurred a loss. So amount loss, so they will take on the initial margin from the account. Okay, so they take that amount and then they will become a lesser the balance on your account. So that's why you need to have a minimum amount. Okay, which is actually minimum amount is to back up. Okay, for example, the economic situation is not very good. Okay, so the investor incurred a loss. So for the sake of the safety or the not loss for the other parties, so they need to maintain a minimum amount for each of the account. Okay, so maintenance margin is the minimum amount. So let's go to the situation. Maintenance margin is 5% from the contract value. Current price is 2,000. Okay, so contract value for future commodity palm oil, sorry, future crude palm oil. Okay, equivalent to current price times size of the contract. 2,000 times 25 tons equivalent to 50,000. Okay, from that 50,000, what is the minimum amount, which is 5%. 5% from 50,000 equivalent to 2,500. Okay, so the minimum amount that they need to maintain in their account is 2,500. Right, so next, we go on the next slide. How to calculate maintenance margin per contract? Okay, maintenance margin is 90% from initial margin. Current initial margin is 1,000 per contract. Okay, so 1,000 times 90% equivalent to 900. Okay, maintenance margin they need to maintain 900 ringgit for each of the account. So this is the how to calculate maintenance margin in terms of percentage of initial margin. Alright. Formula call margin. Okay, so this is the situation. First situation, if balance margin more than maintenance margin, no need to call margin. Call margin ni kalau let's say they have deducted from the initial margin. Okay, maksud dia katakanlah dia incurred a loss, so the amount loss is covered by the initial margin. So let's say the balance margin more than maintenance margin, katakanlah balance margin dia ada 2,000 and maintenance margin is only 1,000. So 2,000 more than 1,000, no need to call margin. Okay, so call margin is doing by the broker. Okay, broker or the third party in charge for that particular account. So call margin refer to the call to the investor. They need to top up okay amount if they get a loss. But for this situation, if balance margin more than maintenance margin, no call margin lah, which is call margin is equivalent to zero. If the balance margin less than maintenance margin, katakanlah maintenance margin is 1,000 and then the balance tinggal 500 ringgit. Okay, so 500 less than 1,000. So they need to have a call margin. Okay, so the broker will call the investor to top up another 500 ringgit to their account. How to find the amount for call margin? Equivalent to initial margin minus the balance margin. Okay, initial margin, what is the amount of the deposit minus the balance margin, which is the current balance of their account. Okay, so this is how to get call margin. Alright, next we go on the speculating strategies.